Hey crafty people, I am ready to share with you my second junk journal on video. I did a couple before, but anyway, this one is, I just measured it, 6.5 by 8.5, and it's got chipboard covers, and I guess yeah. Okay, so my last one was like bigger than this one. Let's see how big this spine is. 3.25. I have learned that I need to make my signatures smaller. My signatures are too stuffed. I did use the DCWV Primrose paper stack, and I did purchase another one, and because I had used a previous one, but I love the stack and I thought it would be beautiful for a journal, and I have enough. So there's 2 sheets for each pattern, and I used 1 sheet of each pattern, so I have enough to make another journal. And I just left these dangly shabby bits hanging off. I used this, what do you call this? This is like a burlap, but it's like a cream color. And I used this pretty trim from the DIY Boutique Supply on Etsy. I used a frame from my stash. I believe this is a Michaels frame. And I just used this a moment captured from the collection, and then I made some banner pieces with my scraps. I have a doily piece cut and a shabby rosette piece cut to add my closure, which is crinkled seam binding. And let's go inside. This is definitely got a lot of goodness inside of it. So let's get going. Let me say, I did sew my signatures, and I sewed them into the binding, but I added this seam binding, and I'll show you why when we go inside. So let's see if we can show this one a little bit better than the last one. So I like to do a pocket on my inside covers. So this is from the collection, just a little tag. And then I used some file folders. So yeah, I don't like how fat this is. I'm going to have to definitely tone down. But if you like the ones that are really full like that, then you're really going to like this one. So, you know, I just used a punch edge on the paper. I did not distress this one because I didn't want it to look super vintage. And then a tag, and I just punched the bottom. I added a little design paper, and there's a little heart and a brad. So that tucks back there. And then this page opens, and there is a tuck spot under here, and that flips out and opens up, and a good place for a photo. And then we start with our coffee dyed papers, and I did not heavily dye most of these papers. I added the lace to the edge. I've got doilies. Let me tilt you up just a little bit. I did use some, what do you call this, grid paper. This is from the collection, and that's another brad. And this is a little envelope. And I've got this little pull-out place to journal. This opens up, tucks back in there, and there's definitely a tuck spot up there. I used some of my little tea bags, and I put some like little paper in there. This is a little tuck spot here. Little tea bag thing. You've got your date, your banner piece. There's a tuck spot up here. Now here, these are some of my scraps. And I just created this little journal booklet, little small journal booklet. And that just tucks right in this pocket right here, in this decorative border card. So that's the center of my signature, and I left the strings hanging. Because my signature was so thick, I had a hard time punching the holes to do my sewing, and so some of the holes were visible, and that's why I took the seam binding and did it like that. So over here we have one of the cutouts from the collection. This right here is from the collection. We've got a little... These are just leftover pieces from when I cut apart the file folders. And that tucks back in there. Let's see, then we've got our envelope. We've got a little tuck right here. Got a little spot to tuck stuff in the envelope. Here's the other side. And then the back of our first signature, and that opens like that. And the back of our first signature, we've got another pull-out little booklet and a tag that's punched at the bottom. We've got some paper and a heart and that pretty brad. So same thing on our second signature with the tag. And then we've got this little journaling card. And then this one opens up. It flips out like that. And then we've got more coffee dyed papers. I'm really learning a lot, guys. There's my little tea bag with a little note card. I've got another one planned, and my signatures are going to be much smaller. But, you know, I know a lot of you like these with what's called a fatty. And this one, as well as my last one, would definitely be considered that. I like this page. And it's got two pull-out cards from the collection. Then here we have our little booklet like I made on the other one, and this one's got a real pretty butterfly that matches the collection. So that tucks in there. Middle of our second signature, same thing with the seam binding. Look at this gorgeous postcard. And we've got another envelope here, and we can pull out this for journaling or photographs, as there's lots of room in that pocket. Enjoy the journey. And then the back of our second signature folds out like that. And then we've got another little punched booklet. It opens. I'm having a hard time with holding the book open. And we've got a tag there with Brad at the top. Over here, we've got that postcard. And then we have this that says, I love you. And then this one opens up, and you've got a pocket tuck spot here at the bottom for 2 tags. Some of these papers in the back, I think, are a little more coffee dyed than the front, just a little bit. We've got a little tuck spot here. This is an envelope. I don't have anything in here, but you could stick anything in there. Another little tea bag with a little journaling card. Just real pretty cut-aparts from this collection. And then this is another little booklet with a pretty Brad. Pretty center of the signature. Love that rose lace. And then we've got a pocket here with a little booklet. And then this folds out. And you got 2 more little pullouts there. And then we've got 2 pullouts. And in the very back, we've got this pretty pullout and another little booklet punched at the bottom. Okay, guys. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let this go for a song. It's probably going to cost around $15 for me to ship it. So I'm going to ask $50 for the actual journal and $15 for shipping. So $65 shipped. I'm going to show you the other album real quick, because I'd rather not list it. It's a lot of trouble. This one has a ton of metal embellishments, tons of lace. You can go back just a couple of videos and see this one. I would like to get $100 shipped on this one, so that's $85 for the album, $15 for the shipping. So let me know on these 2 albums if you're interested, and I can get them out to you tomorrow. They're PayPal only, US only, and I hope you'll let me know what you think of my new one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.